Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we are going to proceed for the HTML coding for the table. Okay, so I have created what we call a table here, a folder with the name table. Okay, so before we proceed to this one, let's get an introduction of the tags, or in other words, the tagging or the coding for the table. Okay, so in order for you to have a table, you need to have the coding for the table. Yes, when you what we call open the table, you need to close the coding for the table. And then th is what we call, in other word, a header cell, or in other word, we call it the column. Okay, the title of the table. Okay, tr is a row in the table, and tt is what we call the data in that table. Okay, how about caption? When you have a table, you want to have what we call a title for that table. We need to use the word caption. Okay, call group is a group with one or more column. Okay, col is a column properties. T head is the group header. T body is the body content, and T foot. But for this today, we are going to learn anti table, thtr, td, and caption. Okay, so now let's go for the first one. Previously in the last class, I have shown you the coding for HTML, and then one of the student asked me if he can use the CSS. So for that case, I'm going to allow you to use CSS too. But I'm going to make a comparison between HTML and CSS. You are allowed to use both. Okay, so for this table, I'm going to what we call give you in the group telegram. Okay, after this. Okay, the first one. This is the coding for HTML. Okay, so this is the coding for HTML. You can use in a capital letter or small letter. It depends. Okay, for the first one, as you can see, the title for this HTML is table. Okay, this page is table, and under the body we have the head of this page, which is this is how to create the basic table. Okay, now we are going to take a look. We are going to have one table, two table, three table, four, and also five. Okay, let's take a look on the comparison between these five. Okay, the first one, the table border is 1. This is the what we call the width of that table. Okay, we have TR, which is table row, and the what is under the table row, we have the data about the parrot and kingfisher. Okay, and then we have another row with the information, with the table data of eagle and sparrow. Okay, next is H3. So what do you mean by H3? You are going to research this one with the size H3. That's the first table. Okay, we do not have TH for our table first. Okay, the next one, the first one, we use the coding for the table border. Okay, we are going to take a look after this. The next one, the border is still 1 inch, but we have add the cell spacing stand. Okay, and then we have the TR. We do not have the TH yet. Okay, parrot. The TD data is parrot and kingfisher, and then another row we have eagle and sparrow. Okay, that's the second one. The third one we have cell padding. Okay, the second one we have cell spacing. The third one we have cell padding. Okay, the data or the table is still the same. Okay, and next one we have we want to align our table. Okay, mm, the top, okay, the align is the top, the height is 50. Okay, the data is still the same, so we are going to align the parrot line to the right. Okay, and kingfisher align to the top. Okay, now the last one is how to create basic table using bg color. Okay, this is the coding for the color for the first row, but for the what we call data of the parrot and also the kingfisher. And then we are going to have the same color for eagle and sparrow. Okay, so I'm going to make it small so that we can have a comparison between these two. Okay, let me open the table first. Then I'm going to open my what we call. Okay, so we're going to take a look on the first one. I'm going to make it minimize. Control E. Okay. Going to set this one. Show window side by side. Okay. So this is the coding. And this is your HTML. Also hard to use the what we call the mouse. Okay. Now we are going to take a look on the first one. Okay. So the first one, we coding this one is the table border. You can see that the table border, the border of this one is 1. Okay. So we have the first row. Okay. So the first row, the data for the first row is parrot and kingfisher. And then we close the first row. And then we have another row, which is the second row. We have the data TD, eagle, and sparrow. Okay. So this is what your table will look like because you're setting table border. This is the table border. Okay, the border size. And then the second one. Okay, this is the second one. I'm going to make it okay, much bigger. So the second one, we are using the cell spacing. The cell spacing is 10. Okay, so this is the cell spacing. Can you see the size of this one? Okay, this is the cell spacing. The information is still the same. Okay, the cell spacing is 10. Okay, this is how your table will look like. Okay, next we use the coding for the cell padding. The cell padding is 10. Okay, this is how your table will look like. The cell padding is 10. Okay, what is the difference between this one? The padding is the space. Can you see the space in the cell? Okay, this is what we call cell padding. Okay, I'm going to change this one so that you can take a look the difference between the first table and the second table after we have coding this one. Okay. Next one. Okay. The next one, you align the table of the parrot, okay, to the right. Okay. But you align the word kingfisher on the top. Oh, sorry. This one. Okay. This one is the right. Kingfisher is top. Okay, and nothing happened with the eagle and sparrow. This is our second row. And lastly, okay, for lastly, I'm going to put my picture here. Okay, you can see that you use the background color for the first table, a parrot, eagle, and sparrow with the same color. This is the same coding. And then you change the kingfisher with the color of green. Okay, so we are going to take a look what is the difference if we change this one. Okay, I'm not going to okay, I'm going to maintain this one. I'm going to change it to our coding. Let's make it our coding much larger. Oh, sorry, not used to use without my mouse. Okay, okay, the first one, we're going to save this one as table 1.1. Okay. So the first one, the table border, what happened when we change this one into 2? Okay, and then we are going to take a look when we change the cell spacing. Maybe you want to make it as 20. Okay, border to 2. And then cell padding, maybe you want to make it much smaller or you want to make it much bigger. Maybe you want to make it much smaller, which is 5. Okay, and then about this one, we want to align the word with the left, and we want to align this one into the bottom. Okay, how about this one? I'm going to change the color. So let's take use any color here. I'm going to choose maybe pink color. Oops. I'm going to change this one into blue. Okay, and then you save. Then save as .html. Okay, next one, you need to open this one. Oops, I'm not going to open this one. Where's my table? On my folder. Okay, I'm going to open. Uh, where is my table? Okay, this is my table. I want to open the table 1.1. Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to open this one. Okay, so let's see the differences between the first one and the second one. Okay, so this is the first one. We are setting the coding. I'm going to, okay, share the notepad here. Okay, so this is the first one. Okay, for the first one, the border is supposed to be 1, and then we change to the new one. We change the border to 2. Okay, can you see the differences? Okay, I'm going to assign this one side by side first. Okay, okay. So the first table, again, recording this one, the table border is 2, is 1. But then we change to 2. Can you see the difference? Okay, with the table. Okay, and then the second one, we setting the cell spacing. Before this, the cell spacing is 10, and then we change cell spacing is 20. Okay, can you see? Yes, this is the spacing. This is what we call cell spacing. Okay, next one. uh Cell padding. Cell padding is the space of the table. Okay, so this is the cell padding. Can you see that one? There's a lot of space, okay, for this kingfisher. So we change this one, we make it smaller. So I'm going to take a look. Yes, can you see this one? Can you see this one? Cell padding compared to this one. Okay, because we make it smaller. Okay. And next one, this is how to create the basic table using BG color. Okay. Before this, the color is three color is blue and the last one is green because we setting green. But for the new one, we have setting with, I'm not sure why it's not working. Oh, okay. I know now because I make it a mistake. Save as dot HTML. Sorry. and then refresh. Okay, so we have changed this one with the pink, and then this one we setting as a blue. Okay, about this one, yes, you align to the left, and then you setting align to the bottom. Can you see the word kingfisher is on the bottom? Before this, the kingfisher is on the top. Okay, so we have completed the first part, the basic of HTML. So the next one, I'm going to show you what happened when we add some of the what we call the CSS coding. So I'm going to open my table. Now let's take a look on the table entry. Okay, previously we have used the TR, the row, and the data for that row is Jill Smith and 50. So what happened when we have a TH? Okay, so what happened when we have a TH? So I'm going to open this one. Okay, and I'm going to open the coding for this one too, and make it as side by side also. Okay, okay, can you see the first one? The first table, we have the title of data entry into table. Okay, the first table, the width is the width of the table. Can you see the space? So for your entire page, this is what we call the width of your table. Okay, and then we have the first row, we have Jill and Smith and 50, and the second row we have Eve, Jackson, and Ish 94. Okay, so we have setting another one. What happened when we have th, or in other word the table header. Okay, so when you put a th, you need to have a tr first. It's still in the table, and then you have th first name, th last name, and then ish. Okay, that's why you have this one. Can you see this one? Okay, so Jill Smith is still the same. The tr, the row, and the data entry. So what happened when you change the size of this one? Okay, I'm going to make this one as 70%. 70% for the second one. So I'm going to show you what happened. Save as table entry 2.html. Okay, table entry 2.html. Okay, so now you can see the difference. Okay, for the first one, when you set in the width 100, it will fulfill all the your page, the width. Okay, but when you change into 70%, can you see the table width is much smaller? Okay, okay, this is the difference with the data entry. Okay, we have completed this one. Let's proceed to the next one. Is table spacing between cell. Okay, okay, you see this one? This is what we call cell spacing. This is the coding what we call we use with the CSS. So you can use the CSS and you can use the HTML. So the HTML, you can use it as a cell spacing. So the coding for this one is the cell spacing. Just to show you the difference between HTML and CSS. Okay, you can make your table just look like this. Okay. Next one, table with border. Okay, still the same of what we have learned before. Okay, you can add CSS to improve your web. Cell padding, again, cell padding is the space inside each of word. Okay, when you change this one into 5, you can see the differences. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to show you the changes in the coding. Okay, this is table with cell padding. Table with cell padding. Okay, Okay. For this one, I'm going to change the cell padding into 10. And then what else I'm going to change this one? The width. Okay. And then the table style, I think it's too big. I want to change it as 60. Okay. 5, save as, table entry separating 2 dot html. Okay. Now open the table. Okay. Can you see the difference? For this one, the width is 100. The cells padding is 15. And then I'm change make it smaller. Yes, you can see the difference from this one to this one. Okay. So you may try and error for this one. I'm going to give you all the coding here that I have created with this table to you. Okay, so that's it for the table, and then I'm going to give you another video for what the frame for the frame. Okay,